Professor, please? I would like to speak a few words on temperance. That's fine. Keep it down there. Ladies and gentlemen, down with rum. Ever since the beginning of time, there has been a drink problem. Quite a problem. Even a greater problem now. It's so scarce. Throughout the Middle Ages, the use of liquor was universal, and drunkenness was so common, it was unnoticed. They called it the Middle Ages, because no one was able to walk home unless they were between two other fellows. I was usually the middle guy. But through the years, enlightenment came, and with it the control of spiritus fermenti. And controlling spiritus fermenti is tougher than tying a hair ribbon on a bolt of lightning. That's a good simile. The first instance of federal authority in this country was when George Washington put down the Whiskey Rebellion in Pennsylvania. I imagine George put down a little of the vile stuff, too. There was a fellow that really lived. What a guy, what a man. Now, before I go any further, please do not labor under the misconception that I always have been a teetotaler. No. In my younger days, I was prone to take a nip. I chortle now with the former weakness in my otherwise strong character. But how well I remember my first encounter with a devil's brew. Devil's brew. I happened to stumble across a case of bourbon, and I went right on stumbling for several days thereafter. Of course now, I touch nothing stronger than buttermilk. 90 proof buttermilk. I look on my days of revelry with scorn and reproachment, and shudder when I recall going to the corner saloon, tugging at my daddy's coattails, and saying, "Father, dear father, come home with me now, and bring a jug with you." However, I came from a very illustrious family. My great-grandfather was a friend of Benjamin Franklin's. In fact, my great-grandfather would have discovered electricity, but he was too poor to buy a kite. He had to go out and hire one. I have a picture of him at home, standing in front of the town tavern. He was hiring a kite, much higher. Wonderful man, grandfather. They called him the atomic bomb. Bomb, B-U-M, bomb. Now, many of you are giggling and scoffing and saying that I have given up strong drink only because the stuff is so hard to get nowadays. But you are in error. My basement is loaded, as I was. Friends, my heart bleeds when I think that right at this moment, throughout our fair land, thousands of misguided souls are hitting the bottle. Yes, they are consuming rivers of highballs, lakes of cocktails, and oceans of distilled damnation. I think I'll slip on my bathing suit. Yes, liquid death and distilled damnation. That's what they are a-swillin' and a-guzzlin'. A pickpocket I once converted told me they have a school in Chicago. Hill, short for Illinois. A pocket-picking school. I'll have to go out and get one for this cold of mine. And the beginning rule they teach is no stimulants. They have to keep their heads clear and their fingers nimble. My friends, you set a bucket of beer in front of a pig, and he'll grunt and walk away. So should you. Or would you rather be a duck? Remember, the joys of alcohol are fleeting, and the toll is terrible. Back in my rummy days, I would tremble and shake for hours upon a rising. It was the only exercise I ever got. A man who overindulges lives in a dream. He becomes conceited. He thinks the whole world revolves around him. And it usually does. So, friends, my advice to you is to abstain. Break all the bottles in your possession. Now, don't say you can't swear off drinking. It's easy. I've done it 1,000 times. One must be careful in making resolutions, particularly New Year's resolutions. The trouble lies in the fact that most of us are inclined to put off resolutions until 11 a.m. New Year's morning. This is a bad time to think of reform. Remorse runs rampant at such times, and we're liable to consign ourselves to all sorts of extravagant penances, such as hieing ourselves to monasteries in Tibet or Afghanistan, or to spending our remaining days in Azusa, Cucamonga, or Lompoc. I myself was a victim of the 11 a.m. menace several years ago. The evening preceding January the 1st, I was invited to a party by a couple who intended to get married, which they did, but not to each other. I awoke New Year's Day to find a full-grown goat in bed beside me. Worse than that, my head felt as though a manhole cover were resting on it. Imagine my surprise when I reached up and found out there was a manhole cover resting on my head. Right then and there, I swore that I would never again poison my system with maraschino cherries. 2 weeks later, I slipped and had another. But you must believe me when I say I thought it was a seedless grape. I washed it down with some snakebite remedy, which I always keep handy. Only, however, after first being bitten by a snake, which I also keep handy. Those who overindulge in strong drink always have serpents handy. In fact, some hapless souls are burdened with them as constant companions. In my time, I can remember the company of many assorted reptiles, in addition to pink elephants with lavender dots, a bright blue ostrich with a mixmaster for a tail, and a chartreuse octopus that taught me to samba, or samba as we say over home. A thief broke into my house one night and stole my octopus. He cut his tentacles off and used them for non-skid automobile tires. A cruel thing to do. I wish I had thought of it. In closing, I would like to offer my favorite recipe to take the place of intoxicants. It's real thirst quencher. It's called the raspberry freeze, known in England as the raspberry freeze. Take 1 cup of pineapple juice, 2 cups of raspberry juice, mind you, If you're in Europe, 1 cup of black tea, 3 cups of water, and 2 egg whites. Freeze until half stiff. Well, when you're half stiff, everything is all right. I thank you.
It is a sunny California afternoon, and we find W.C. Fields seated on his patio strumming his guitar as he is being interviewed by Miss Ophelia Snapdorp of the Lompoc Bugle.
It's nice of you to grant me this interview, Mr. Fields.
Think nothing of it, my beauty. I'm always glad to speak for the public prince.
Well, I think I have about all I need. There's just one more question, Mr. Fields.
What is it, my beauty?
Is it true that you once drank a glass of water?
Gods, what an accusation. I haven't had a drop of water on my tongue since the gold rush days. I was up in Nome, Alaska, and I made the mistake of picking my teeth with an icicle. The icicle melted, and I nearly strangled to death. Those were the happy days. I hope they never come again. I crossed the frozen tundra with my trusty dog team, which I ate later. They were very good with whipped cream. At long last, I arrived at the igloo of an Eskimo friend of mine who distilled a delectable beverage from whale blubber.
Well, that's all very interesting. But when did you drink the glass of water?
Oh, yes, you remember that, don't you? The water. That was 35 years ago. And I was talking to Tex Rickard and Death Valley Scotty in the old Victoria Hotel bar. I left the cafe and walked down Broadway. I must have been thinking. For the next thing I knew, I was struck by a runaway street organ in Allegheny, Pennsylvania. The entrepreneur of this musical cavalcade, an Italian gentleman, was most profuse in his apologies. His poor frightened monkey bit me in the stomach in his excitement. Were you ever bitten in the stomach by a wild monkey? No. Oh. I was rushed to the hospital. Soon after being hospitalized, I took a turn for the worse. My nurse, Miss Dorothea Fizzledocko, was pretty, starched and blonde, with cheeks like peaches and cream, which I had for breakfast every morning. Things went along smoothly until one day when my doctor entered my room to find that I had a half Nelson on Miss Fizzledocko in an effort to wrest a vial of rubbing alcohol from her determined grip. Miss Fizzledocko was immediately replaced by a male nurse. I recently received a postcard from Dorothea in a bottle. She is in one of the Cocoa Islands in the Pacific and perfectly happy, except that a mosquito carried off her pet dog while she was napping on the beach.
But what about your drinking the water?
Oh, yes, you're back to that again, yes. I was driving across the Mojave Desert in search of the Lonesome Charlie gold mine. And by chance, I happened to come upon the Happy Buzzard gas station and tap room. I entered the tap room and said to the barkeep, "A double slug of red-eye, please." And he replied,
Sorry, no liquor, partner.
"What of the sign that swings outside proclaiming the Happy Buzzard? How can a buzzard be happy without a nip?"
This is election day, partner, and the bar is closed. It's the law.
Who made this law?
The people voted for it.
That's carrying democracy too far.
Well, if you're so thirsty, how about a nice glass of water?
Are you insane?
Say, ain't you W.C. Fields?
No autographs, please.
I guess I am insane, asking you to drink a glass of water. Well, I'd bet $100 you wouldn't do that.
Of course I would. Did you say $100? A century note?
Yep.
Get your money up.
Okay. Here's my money, and here's your glass of water.
Hideous-looking stuff. Don't you put an olive or a cherry or some formaldehyde in it?
Nope. Just plain water.
All right. I'll drink it. May the state of Kentucky forgive me. Well, here's over the lip.
I must be seeing things. W.C. Fields is reaching for a glass of water. He's lifting it from the bar. There it goes up to his lips, and there goes my hunter. He's just starting to drink. No, he's putting it back in the bar. Whoops, he's lifting it to his lips again. He grits his teeth. By cracky, he's a-drinking that water. Whoa, Mr. Fields, what's wrong?
Oh, get a doctor, you idiot. That's been poison.
Frankie and Johnny was sweethearts, long gone but how they could love. Swore they were true to each other, true as the stars above. He was a man, and he was doing her wrong. Frankie went round the corner to get a bucket of beer. Sent to the man called the bartender, have you seen my Johnny here? He's my man, and he's doing me wrong. Ain't gonna tell you no stories, I ain't gonna tell you no lies. I saw your man Johnny about an hour ago with that gal named Nellie Bly. He's your man, and he's doing you wrong. Frankie went round to that hop joint, brought along a great big 44. She went inside and there she spied a Johnny on the floor. He was a man, and he was doing her wrong. Turn me over, Frankie. Oh, turn me over slow. Turn me over on my right side, Frankie. When did you shoot so low? It was my man, and you done me wrong. Rubber-tied coaches, rubber-tied hanks is gonna take my man to the graveyard, ain't never gonna bring him back. He was my man, and he was doing me wrong. Bring on your million policemen, yeah! Bring on your million jails. Throw the key into that St. Louis River, the police gonna go my bail. He was my man, yeah! And he was doing me wrong. Got a guy I see someday, some kind of a Greek. Got a guy for each Wednesday, Portuguese and technique. But Friday's really my day, 'cause the guy I see on Friday sends me for the rest of the week. Got a goofer for Tuesday with a load of appeal. Got a skipper for Thursday, drives a slow, steady wheel. But Friday's apple pie day, 'cause the guy I see on Friday serves me with a 7-course meal. Oh, my man Friday, he can really fill me, guaranteed to thrill me every Friday. I get my favorite dish and it ain't spinach. Got nobody for Saturday, but I never get stuck. My door is open on Saturday. That's the day I take potluck. What luck. Now my Sunday man is like milk and honey. My Monday man is plenty of money. My Tuesday man is as best as life. My Wednesday and my Thursday, brand new grind. My man Friday. He can hypnotize me, really mesmerize me. I mean, he satisfies me. Oh, his loving is the kind that drives me out of my mind. Yes, out of my mind. I got a book the other day, and it thrilled me from head to toe. That this book is made to order is what every girl should know. So, I put away my knitting to read it in a sitting. The mailman had told me the book wouldn't hold me until page 54. The paper seemed to thicken, my reading seemed to quicken. My thumb then was burning from turning the pages until page 54. I found 50 so nifty, 51 was a treat to the eye. I know the score by 54 and then watch the pages fly by. Though amber is the fashion, this book aroused my passion. It thrilled me and chilled me, suspense darn it killed me until page 54. I've read books about history, from King Arthur to Whittington's cat, of Caesar's grasp on Cleo's arm. Now I can talk plainer than that. I'm right on 54 now. There is no more to know now. But alas and alack, the book went back, and I met with no luck, 'cause I got the wrong catalog from Sears Roebuck. I've the tiniest confession. I distinctly loathe the suppression. Since I only have one life, I want to live it. While I've clowned around a lot, well, I've found what hits the spot. If I've something good to give, I want to give it. Now those censors say I'm naughty and no dice. But I've heard it said, what's naughty can be nice. It's not what I say, it's the way that I say it. That's all, brother, that's all. It's not what I play, but the way that I play it. That's all, brother, that's all. Now maybe they'd picture me as little Snow White. With 7 dwarfs to entertain, I should do all right. But should I ask to concentrate on 1 dwarf a night? That's all, brother, that's all. It's not what I tell, it's the way that I tell it. That's all, brother, that's all. It's not what I sell, but the way that I sell it. That's all, brother, that's all. They'd have me play that little girl, all dressed in red. I'd make a good Red Riding Hood, somebody said. But should they find me with a wolf in my grandmother's bed? That's all, brother, that's all. Now please don't misunderstand me. I take much of what they hand me. Though it cramps my style, I'll never be defeated. Since I've always found response, well, I know what the public wants, and just as long as there's a West, it won't be cheated. While my sense of friends are turning both thumbs down, just like Minnie, I'll still kick that gong around. It's not what I wear, it's the way that I wear it. That's all, brother, that's all. It's not what I share, but the way that I share it. That's all, brother, that's all. I like a love scene that's as hot as can be. So they said Cinderella played one, something to see. But if they think a fairy prince can play games with me, that's all, brother, that's all. It's not what I know, it's the way that I know it. That's all, brother, that's all. It's not what I show, but the way that I show it. That's all, brother, that's all. They'd have me portray that maiden so sweet, the girded with the mortgage due and little to eat. But should I call the butcher boy to bring me some meat? That's all, brother, that's all. Yes, it was swell, sure it was great, but I just remember the subsequent day. It isn't that it wasn't perfectly stunning, but pardon me for loving and running. It was grand, that much is plain, but bubbles don't last in the best of champagne. I like your savoir-faire, your manners are cunning, but pardon me for loving and running. Really gotta fly, I got a hat to buy, I got my nails to be shined, I've got a train to catch, I've got an egg to hatch. Besides, what's the difference? Can I change my mind? Thanks for the tea, trumpets and gold. And did I say thanks for the use of the horn? And as we say in French, excusez la pun. Pardon me if I love and run. You men are all alike. Give your finger and you want the whole arm. A lady's got to go sometime, so why get excited? Where's the fire? Who's ignited? You better turn off that alarm. Now look, fun is fun, but I've got work to do, and when I'm through, I'm definitely through. gotta fluctuate. I got some books to crate. I've got my laundry to dry. I've gotta plug a duck. I've gotta change my luck. Besides, I'm through, so why do I need an alibi? Thank you so much. Thanks for the walls. Your beat was too fast, but we all have our faults. So just unlock that door and lay down that gun. It's hard on you. It's hard on me. But pardon me if I love and love. Some women's lives are always blessed with men who give them a lot. Some women's men will stand every test. The man that I have will not. A while ago I asked him to grant me one request, and this is the answer that I got. He said he'd rather put it off until tomorrow. He said he didn't feel quite up to it tonight. And so when I insisted that he promised that he would, he argued that he only said he might. I told him that it's really such a little thing to ask, a duty any man would never shirk. And he replied, though it may be a little thing to you, to me it represents a lot of work. He said he'd rather put it off until tomorrow. He simply wasn't in the mood tonight. Besides, he liked it better in the morning, if you please. That's when he does the job exactly right. Then I remarked, it's obvious you're not the man I thought. I'm seeing your true character unmasked. A gentleman who is courteous and perfectly behaved would do it without having to be asked. He said he'd rather put it off until tomorrow. It wouldn't do me any good to please. So I said, any fool can tell by looking at you now, it's something that you definitely need. He argued he simply wouldn't let me have my way and stopped putting him to a test. He said, you know darn well that you make me do it every day, and Sunday ought to be my day of rest. But though he tried to put it off until tomorrow, I overruled each argument he gave. And I am here to say as yet, there is no man that I've met whom I cannot induce to take a shave. Always like your flowers, you're phoning after hours, and asking me each night to do the town. But if it isn't love, don't rush me. Slow down, slow down, slow down. I'll always like your whining, your flattery while we're dining, comparing me with others of renown. But if it's just a lark, don't rush me. Slow down, slow down, slow down. Give me that kind of loving that will make me feel sincere. But today I am confessing, men will keep you guessing with their patter, chatter. I'll always like your kisses, no matter what the bliss is. You're making me the gossip of the town. But if it isn't love, don't rush me. Slow down, slow down, slow down. fascinating. My lips are captivating, and I have what it takes to wear a gown. But if it's just a line, don't rush me. Slow down, slow down, slow down. You tell me there's no other except your dear old mother, and you want to rent a penthouse out of town. And until I see the ring, don't rush me. Slow down, slow down, slow down. You say I'm your desire. I set your heart afire. Your temperature could easily burn the town. Until I see the flame, don't rush me. Slow down, slow down, slow down. I believe that everyone in life should have a mission. Making people happy is the height of my ambition. And when I get them happy, well, they stay in that condition. I have a system all my own. I got a lot of what I got. And what I got's all mine. And I'll assure you, I can cure you if you're feeling blue. Come up and see me sometime. I got a flat where you can hang your hat. I got a brand new line. Maybe you would like me to explain it all to you. Come up and see me sometime. Come up tonight. I think the paper said the moon will be bright. They should have had it in the columns and all. Letters that tall, that you'll be falling for me. 'Cause I'm free and you appeal to me. How could it be a crime if you don't get my number? Well, my number's in the book. Come up and see me sometime. Here is the key. The room is 503. It's not so far to climb. You know the spider's invitation to the fly. Come up and see me sometime. Anytime. The sooner the better.